Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about Tantra, an intro to Tantra. My name is Rainbow. I am a Tantra priestess. I have my bachelor's in social work, and I do somatic Tantra healing. The word Tantra is used in many different teachings, perspectives, and practices. In modern Western culture, I perceive Tantra as the practice of inner union and freedom through breath, somatic healing, embodiment, and sacred sexuality. There are numerous traditions and lineages of Tantra, which I honor and respect. What I want to offer here is a brief education on how Tantra can transform, heal, expand, and enhance the quality of life. First, looking at the breath can give us a foundational practice and awareness that we can utilize regardless of what type of tantric technology we're using in the moment. Our breath is our life. It allows us to be alive here on this planet. It's the substance. Connecting with our breath raises our vibration on a cellular level, brings body awareness, deepens our presence in the moment, and allows us to really live the time that we're living. What this gives is the gift of enjoying the journey, which is a huge common thread in Tantra practice. When we are connected to our breath, our bodies, and the present moment, we have the opportunity to find bliss wherever we are. This might look like appreciating the sensation of sitting in a warm, cozy blanket on the couch, or even putting one foot in front of the other. It could even look like tuning into the sensation of sweat trickling down your back and finding the pleasure in that. At the very least, it is making total peace with where you are right now. This is a foundational principle in Tantra because one of the many gifts that Tantra has is recognizing and experiencing divinity and perfection in all things. Next, we can look at the tantric approach of somatic healing. Somatic specifically refers to the body. Our bodies are sacred temples and vehicles for us to fully experience this life and all of the pleasures that it has to give us. Our consciousness and our bodies are in divine union, sacred marriage agreement that gives us the full creative capacity to experience and enjoy life on the physical realm. So our bodies carry things from our physical experiences and store them as information. Unfortunately, a lot of that information, also known as energy, is learned in stressful situations. Storing and keeping this energy, this information, can lead to discomfort, pain, disharmony, dis-ease, any type of imbalance. Somatic healing is a tool that allows our bodies to release that stored stress that is no longer serving us and that may be causing us any levels of pain or discomfort or illness, etc. Even if it is being stored in the body physically, it can still have an impact on our mental health. So somatic healing is also very powerful for mental healing. The tantric approach for somatic healing may look like creating a safe container to go crazy, so to speak. Remember, Tantra is about full expression. So this includes our pain. Expression in this safe container could look like screaming, pounding on the floor, crying, rolling around, laughing, anything, shaking, whatever comes up in the moment. It looks like finally giving full expression to anything that's been suppressed. Full expression to pain is what gives us full access to pleasure. Let's also look at the tantric practice of embodiment. Embodiment is about accepting, embracing, and living your own personal power. Personal power is what gives us the ability to become true co-creators of our lives. And it requires taking full responsibility for our lives. Remember, we can utilize our breath in all of these practices. So, you can even take a deep one right now. Embodiment allows us to give birth to what we want to create in our lives. It looks like connecting intimately with our bodies and ourselves, getting to know ourselves deeply. This can be done through dancing, yoga, meditation, anything that we can bring conscious awareness to in the doing of it. This is an important principle in Tantra because Tantra is a vehicle to self-realization, to awakening, to bliss, to truth, to expansion. Finding the unity within us as well as outside of us. Again, the divine perfection of all things. Embodiment allows us to be in the driver's seat of our lives. And a great example of this is in the movie Alice in Wonderland, directed by Tim Burton, in the scene where she is establishing her power and she says, "This is my dream. I decide where to go from here." Embodiment in Tantra is being our most authentic and true self. It is taking this power. Lastly, sacred sexuality is the cherry on top of this cake with many layers, and also the buttercream frosting of it. Our sexual energy is our life force energy. It is the most potent, most powerful creation energy that we have access to in this realm. Our sexual energy is directly connected to our breath and our sound. We can completely change a sexual experience in playing with our sound, our breath, our movement. Those are the 3 keys of Tantra. Sacred sexuality is about intention. Because our sexual energy is so powerful, it is not something to be breezed over. This is why casual sex, fast sex, or meaningless sex can oftentimes leave us feeling drained and deeply empty. If we are being intentional with our life force energy, the substance of our life, the activity of our being, then not only can it lead to very deeply satisfying sexual experiences, but also deeply satisfying, pleasurable life experiences. One of the definitions of Tantra is to weave. In the weaving together of our minds, bodies, and spirit, limitless life potential is accessible to us. By weaving together the practices aforementioned, sacred sexuality, the highest levels of expansion, healing, and bliss are possible. Tantra is a sacred gift for humans to truly come into divine union with their true nature. That is coming home to yourself, knowing yourself, becoming intimate with yourself, and loving yourself. And recognizing that there is no separation between yourself and the infinite now, the universe, spirit, God, love, whatever you want to call it. That is all of these things. So the more that you know yourself, you come home to yourself, unite with yourself. That is the God experience. In Tantra, no part of yourself is left behind, rejected, or neglected. Tantra is the practice, the container, the bridge that brings us into total harmony, from cellular to sexual to spiritual levels and beyond. Self-acceptance, self-compassion, self-trust, and self-appreciation are all pillars of self-love. Self-love is at the core of Tantra, and unity is at the heart of self-love. Tantra is enjoying the journey. It's actually receiving the pleasure in it, the gifts in it, the bliss in it, being in oneness with your God self. Thank you.